Let me ask you something. Have you ever known you were showing up better in your relationship? Like you've been working on being calmer, you've been working on your communication skills, you've been less reactive, but it still wasn't enough to save the relationship? Maybe you're told you're too much, or you're not emotionally available, or you make everything about you. It's always about you. Or worse, you get the silent treatment. They distance themselves from you. You can sense that resentment is building up, and you are just like, I am doing everything that I can think of to salvage this. I am being present. Like I am providing, I am protecting, I am doing all of the things. And yet it still doesn't feel like it's good enough. And you feel that person slipping away, or maybe you've already lost them. So you're on this side of TikTok where it's about personal development and relationships and trying to figure out what's going wrong and how do I fix it? How do I make it better? You're reading all the books, you're, doom scrolling, relationship talk, you are going to therapy, and nothing seems to be the answer to getting them to see your side of things. That there's nothing that you can do to fix this, or so it seems. But no matter what you do, things keep getting thrown back in your face. You keep getting blamed or accused of things, especially from the past, maybe even years ago. And you're like, I thought we got past this. I thought that we were beyond this, and she's still holding on to it. So how do we move forward when she's still stuck in the past, or he's still stuck in the past? Here's the thing. You're going to feel like you're the problem, especially when your partner is constantly telling you that you're the problem. There is information in their communication. We just don't necessarily want to hear it. We may not agree with it, or we may not believe it because we don't see things from their perspective. Because there's this beautiful phrase that I learned when I was in couples therapy of if I saw things the way that you saw things, I'd feel things the way that you feel things. And so the difference between the experiences of you and your current or past partner is that you don't experience things in the same way. You're not taking their perspective and they're not taking yours, but you don't have control over whether they take your perspective or not. So if you want to understand your partner or what you could be doing differently or better, or be the partner that they desire so that you can repair the relationship, part of that is putting your ego away. That defensiveness, that part of you that wants to protect yourself against an attack from your partner, needs to kind of take a side step here, right? And I'm talking about like an emotional attack. Like if somebody's physically attacking you, yes, run away, go away. Just don't tolerate that at all. It's that coming from a place of curiosity to understand what the information is that's being communicated to you. While yes, their communication skills may suck. Yours may suck. That's fine. What we want to do is try to learn and hear for what the information is. But when we start to get defensive and reactive and our nervous system starts ramping up and we're like, no, that's not the case. That wasn't my intention. We have shut down. We are not actually listening to hear. We are listening to defend. And that's where communication breaks down. When you get better at asking all of life better questions than the current ones that are going through your head, when you start to come from a place of curiosity, not just in your partner, but your own self, of like, I wonder why they have that experience with me. I wonder why they're saying that this is bothering them, because it shouldn't bother them, but why is it? Rather than defaulting to defensiveness and making them wrong so that you can self-preserve, you will block connection every single time. Now, yes, your partner is not without fault of their own ability to communicate, but guess what you don't control? Them. You can't get your partner to do anything. The amount of DMs I've had, especially from men lately, of how do I get my partner to want to save the relationship? How do I get her to go to therapy with me? How do I get her to do all these things? Chances are, and I'm not saying that this is for everyone, but chances are she has tried to salvage the relationship on her own for a very long time prior to you becoming aware that there was an issue, because you wanted to default to everything is hunky-dory. And she, in her own behavioral way, and maybe some immaturity in there, or her lack of communication skills, or her enabling of you and the funky behaviors that were upsetting to her, has tried. And so she may have already checked out. And so when you are now aware that there's a problem and things are really bad, and you're trying to get her to do something, you are missing the point completely. Whatever cycle you two have gotten in is unhealthy. It can't sustain. It is a symptom of a deeper problem. So you guys are probably fighting over the most ridiculous things. Like everything is a fight. Or you just have no connection at all. You're just ships in the night, just cohabitating, but there is no engagement. There is no emotions. There is no nothing, because it has gotten so far disconnected that there is no desire to repair. And that is a survival response, both of you. Whereas when we can get the nervous system dysregulation, we'll call it emotions, but you can call it whatever you want, nervous system dysregulation out of the way, and we come from a clear logical place, which is this part of the brain, the frontal lobe there, and not the amygdala where all the emotions live. When we can look at this objectively, and that's where a lot of people have a hard time in relationships, because they feel like they're drowning and they're looking to their partner to save them rather than looking at themselves to heal themselves, so that regardless of what happens with the relationship, they feel solid and confident in themselves to handle and process through in a healthy way, not a destructive way, whatever is going to happen with the relationship. And this is my special invitation to you men, because there is something that you need to learn to do about communication and self-awareness. Now, yes, women need to do this too, but I have a special place in my heart for men. And so I'm directing this specifically towards men, because you're not broken. Okay. You are not beyond repair. It's not, it is what it is. It's just the way that it is. And this is who I am, and accept it for what it is. Well, how's that working for you? How's that been working for you? My dog doesn't like it either. He is just very upset with you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Trying harder is not the way to do it. Trying more, doing more is not the way to do it. Healing smarter is. Hold on. Okay. He's calmed down. And so have I. So again, trying harder isn't the issue. Healing smarter is. And so what that looks like is that most men were never taught how to regulate their nervous systems. Okay. They weren't taught how to speak with emotional clarity, and they weren't taught to set grounded boundaries that actually build connection. And I know that seems counterproductive for how people usually talk about boundaries, that it's keeping people away, it's pushing people away. No, it is actually protecting yourself, right? It is protecting your own peace, which people in your life, especially those that say they love you and care about you, should care about your peace. And it is not coming as a punishment to somebody else, but as a protection for yourself, and how to do that in a way that actually builds connection. That's what needs to be implemented. When you are so confident and grounded in yourself, your woman will have no choice but to make a choice of, do I want a grounded man who is confident in himself, who is regulated, who I can trust in any scenario, especially with my emotions, especially with me being messy and imperfect? Can I trust him? If she says no, then she's got way more work to do than you do, buddy. But you've got to work on you. You cannot control her. Okay? You cannot get her to go to therapy with you. What you can do is you can work on yourself. And she will either be magnetized toward that. She will start to notice the energetic shifts, the emotional shifts, the behavioral shifts in you, because you're getting grounded in you. You are going to become non-fuck-withable, fuckable-withable, whatever. And she's going to be drawn to you in that. And if she's not, you have your answer. She needs to move along, because there are so many women who want men who are grounded. If you don't know what grounded is, it means that you are just like an even keel. It's not that you're avoiding emotions. It's not that you're repressing emotions, because we can sense that from a mile away, and it does not feel safe to us, because then we have to become hyper vigilant of like, okay, whoa, he's side weird. Like, what's going on? And we don't feel safe in that. Therefore, what you're likely experiencing is her survival response: fight, flight, fawn, or freeze, right? When she doesn't feel safe in her nervous system, and women have intuition, so we pick up on things long before logic does, she's not going to trust you. But when you are grounded, meaning she knows that you have outlets to be able to discharge energy and emotions in a safe and healthy way, and the gym is one option, but it's not that's repressing emotions, that's exhausting the emotions, that's not actually processing through them. Okay. That's when she can start to let her guard down and be in that soft, juicy, feminine flow, where she will feel safe to come to you, to trust you, to be protected, to do whatever you want to do in the bedroom. But she's got to feel safe in her nervous system first. And so in order for that to happen, yes, she needs to do her work, but you have an invitation and an opportunity for you to get grounded in yourself, regardless of what happens with her. And when that happens, watch how magnetized she becomes to you, or not, if she's going to go away and sail off into the sunset. other women will become very magnetized towards a man who's very grounded in his emotions and who can hold space and who can be emotionally mature. So if you're interested in that, DM me the word heal so we can talk about my healthy mentality program where I teach you exactly how to do just that. And hey, my name's Tara and I'm on a mission to create a self-aware army because it's lonely in these self-aware streets.